So we need to open these before I go on, just because there's a mix of anime and non-anime stuff in here. This looks like this week's anime, which would mean that this is mostly not anime, but so sorting through these first. Let's see. 3. And it looks like everything else is anime. So, as you can see, this is Stargate Atlantis seasons 1, 2, and 4. As you might have guessed, seasons 3 and 5 are over here. I got them, even though I already had them, simply because the older releases were definitely counterfeit, single layered, not all episodes playing. I got Addams Family Values, and Castle Season 3. Now, before I begin with this, let's add to the pile, and I think we'll take this one and put it on the bottom, because these are this week's new stuff. So we first have Slam Dunk Season 1 Volume 1. I wasn't quite sure how many episodes there were on it, 14 episodes, so this may get kind of close to what was released before, I think. I think there were 3 or 4 DVDs released. I kind of figured I'll be getting a consistent copy of all of these, assuming, of course, that more come out. Just the 2 discs, nice and straightforward. This is a flat iron release. Cinedime. I'm not seeing anything about dub information. I don't think it was dubbed before, but whatever. Next we have Muv-Luv Total Eclipse Volume 2, DVD and Blu-ray versions. The Blu-ray version is Region A only. It is dubbed, which makes sense because I think the first half was dubbed. So, having trouble getting into the plastic there. Come on, let me grab onto it. And of course, the big issue there is that Sentai Filmworks has been leaving those locked. Which means they don't have the little valley there in which to leverage my fingernails and get it cut open. So, first off, DVD version, we've got 3 discs. That's to be expected. And the Blu-ray version, feels like there's still a little plastic there. The Blu-ray version, we have disc 1 and disc 2, so the first discs share the same artwork, and the last discs share the same artwork. It seems to be like every other time for Sentai Filmworks that they're doing that. Next up, we've got The Familiar of Zero, DVD and Blu-ray versions. This would be Season 3. Yeah, it says Season 3 there. And she's not wearing that much there. I guess begin with the Tough Blu-ray, which again has the little security tab on. I must have cut my thumbnail recently because for some reason it feels like I might have, and I don't remember. There we go. Got the little plastic started. Let's see, looking at the back, we've got Region A only, subtitled only. That's expected. Once again, the security tab is the reason that was tricky. And now we've got the DVD version. Whoa, itchy nose. So we've got 3 discs, which I think may be different from the other releases of Familiar Zero. Those might have been 1 or 2 discs. So here, the first discs have the same artwork, and the second discs have the same artwork. So, as you could probably see, this is Canaan on Blu-ray. It was released a number of years ago, and this is part of what I mentioned a couple weeks ago about finally catching up on old anime. The Blu-rays in particular have annoyed me because they've most of them are cheap, really easy to get, and there's just enough of them that I never do my searches based on certain years, simply because there's going to be a lot of Blu-rays. What I mean by that is when I look for new releases, I basically choose a year in the past that I know, okay, I have pretty much everything this year and beyond, and according to DVD aficionado, or film aficionado that is, and so it's Region A. And so what I do is I just look for everything coming out after that, exclude mine, and that gets me things I might have missed since then. It gives me stuff that's about to come out, and that's how I pretty much figure out what I'm going to order on a week-to-week basis, and that's why you've seen me caught up on stuff. So that's Canaan. Next we have Appleseed and Appleseed X Machina. Regions A and where's the region thing? Might be on the disc itself. So this is a Sentai release, whereas this is a Warner Brothers release. So that's probably why I have trouble finding the region thing to the highest quality as possible. After your player, that's not going to be an issue for me. Next up, I went for Shigurui Death Frenzy, just because I was cleaning up a year that I only missed a couple Blu-ray releases. The series itself, I'm not sure I cared about. I think I had trouble following it. Might not be entirely the series' fault, but it does mean that it's pretty much not compatible with me. I think this is the main reason why I really want to get the Blu-rays, because this will probably be a really good excuse to re-watch Samurai Champloo. We've got the discs looking like vinyl records. Where's that vinyl? I don't know. It looks like the thing. Oh, I should probably take a look at the Region A. Region A. And last but not least, I got Claymore on Blu-ray, which would be nice to rewatch. Although I did start rewatching it with my friend. He might have continued on without me, or he might not have. Not that I can remember what episode we were on. Looks like a pretty invertible cover. Now, in between the discs, we got Funimation questionnaire, and nice. It's one of these things that comes with all the things nowadays. I had to double check there to make sure that person was actually wearing clothes. Almost didn't look like it. Well, there we go. This week's anime DVD collection update. As you can see, new releases, old releases, it's nice and padded. So, first off, I did finish watching World Conquest Zved's plot, and it got a little strange at the end. Not bad, but just kind of strange feeling like maybe there was a message being jammed down your throat, or whatever terminology you use for that. Basically, it'd be sort of like watching something like Ferngully, although I didn't think it was as preachy as Ferngully was. And by this, I'm referring to you watch it, you know that it's suggesting something that's kind of a good idea, but you don't know if it's really doing it the right way, if it's really presenting facts right. Now, to be fair, World Conquest didn't really try and prevent facts concerning what it was about, and I don't really want to talk about it because it's a little spoilish to talk about what I mean by this, but there was a little itty bitty bit of that feeling there, which makes it a little awkward, but it wasn't so much that it's unwatchable. In fact, if there was another season, I'd probably be firing it up and watching a little bit of it here and there. But I don't think there is one right now, and I haven't heard of one coming out, so I've been slowly going through Tokyo Ravens. This is one of those slowly going through things where I have it on the TV in my bedroom, which I usually don't watch a whole lot of things on, just every once in a while. But the idea here is I can watch an episode before going to bed and then go to bed, and I don't do it every night, so it's been very slow progress to the series. I don't think I'm even halfway through what I have, and there's going to be a part 2 that eventually comes out sometime later. But I've been watching, and it's actually been pretty entertaining. What was her name? Con or something? Well, the series definitely wanted to present her to the audience. I had actually seen a clip from this anime before, not known it, just because they definitely went for 110% moe when it came to introducing her. Now, for the series itself, I guess I've said it. Did I say it was okay? It's been good. It's had some interesting and funner parts, and there's still a lot of potential there for very interesting things to happen, so I do want to watch more of it. It's just easy to fall out of that pattern when you're sleep depriving yourself, working on other things, and wanting to, yeah. So let's talk exactly about that. It basically, as you might have guessed, it means that I'm rewatching, or that I've been, yeah, it is rewatching because I've seen a lot of it before. I just don't remember absolutely any of it, but I've been watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and I'm somewhere in the second season. It's been very entertaining, and I think part of the reason for that is, y'all might know I have personal computers which have digital copies of my DVDs on them, so I don't have to go and dig them out. I can just jump from DVD to DVD to DVD to DVD, doing whatever I want. Well, for the longest time, on my not anime server, the hentai disc has been dead. And since I don't actually use it all that much, I've neglected it for, what is it, May now? So I've probably neglected it for half a year. Well, the one that the Star Trek Next Generation stuff was on, well, I saw hints at the end of last week that it was failing, and so over the weekend I've replaced the hard drives, and that's a lot of data copying, and I have to completely re-rip all the hentai DVDs, and that's the issue. Even though there's not that many of them compared to the anime in general, it still numbers somewhere in the 400 or 500s or something like that, so it's a lot to go through, and I think that's kind of the problem, is I'm trying to keep focused on that, and Star Trek The Next Generation is really useful to just have on in the background while doing that, especially since I went through all that trouble to make sure I could watch Season 2, Disc 1 off of my DVD server like I was for all of Season 1. So that's pretty much why the anime watching is still staying pretty minimal. I'm sure at some point I will take a break from Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm probably waiting for... Oh, of course I've got to keep watching. I'm in Season 2 and the Borg will get introduced sooner or later. And then, of course, other stuff. So, that would be why I haven't been watching a whole lot of anime. But the good news is that with the pre-ordering, or sorry, with the ordering of stuff that was released a long time ago, catching up on the old stuff, it's kind of refreshing, even if it's Blu-rays versions of stuff that I'm probably not going to rewatch soonish. I don't know. I guess there's really not too much to talk about because the ordering for next month's stuff happens Friday, because that's the 15th. So I can't think of anything I would talk about. Y'all have a nice week.